It's truthful, it's a page turner, it's thrilling at some points, and I felt like it was a part of me. Let's get back to that book over here,
Yes,
which is
yes.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sky Bobby and you're watching Skybobbytv, coming at you with another live video. I have a special guest on my video show today, and he's a dear friend of mine. I've been knowing Terry for about almost 10 years. Met him about the end of 2008, early 2009, and he just wrote a book amongst all the talents that he can do. And I'm really excited to get into this book, and I've read it from front to back. And I just want to know why he wrote a book. I mean, out of nowhere, he has a book. And I'm so excited to get him on here in just a few minutes. And if you have any questions during this video, please definitely leave a comment down below and we'll be answering your questions. I can't believe he allowed me to do this because this is a busy man right now. So that's why it is 10 o'clock in the morning. You have to get what you can get. So I'm very excited that he was nice enough to do this video for me. So grab a snack, sit back. We're going to talk about the book. We're going to chit chat, the latest gossip. We're going to kiki, haha. Might be a few tears because this book, he let it all out. It's truthful. It's a page turner. It's thrilling at some points. And I felt like it was a part of me. I'm a gay black boy, so I'm very excited. And the name of his book is called A Letter to a Gay Black Boy. It is already out on Amazon and Kindle. I'll leave a link in the description down below, or you can go to Amazon or Kindle and just type in the letters to a gay black boy. The drink of the day is a Bellini. I just got back from New York City, so I might be a little jet lagged, so I'm trying to bring the energy, but I am here. And I know it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so cheers to you. And without further ado, let's bring on Terry.
Hi.
Harpo, who this?
Who this woman?
Look at you trying to be prettier than me. I see you.
You know, she gonna be on camera. She gotta be ready.
You may be younger, but I'm prettier. Good morning.
I mean, it's your show. I'll give you that.
Yes, it is my show. We all doing big things in 2020. Well,
yes.
I was supposed to be doing a lot more in 2020, but
Right.
Rona got different plans for us right
Has
now.
messed up a lot of things. Absolutely.
A lot of things, but it looks like you're doing pretty good right now. You're looking good. You're doing some big things right now. Word on the street, you got a little book out right now.
Listen, I don't know where that came from. I don't
know, honey. I was going through Kindle and I came across a little black boy on the book, and I was like, that looked like me. That could be my story right there.
Exactly.
This book.
That's exactly it right there. It could be anybody and everybody. Yep.
Is that one of the reasons why you wrote the book?
It really is. I think with everything that's happening right now with Black Lives Matters and all of the protests and everything, it was, first of all, the book has been in various iterations for about 5 years now. It'll be 5 years in November. And so it's one of the nice things that COVID and Miss Corona did was allow me to sit down, take a break, take a nap. Right. And then, you know, I said, this is the perfect time for me to actually finish the book that I've been working on for such a long time now and wanting to get out there and really provide a voice for us. We don't always have one. We have some obviously in the African American communities and people that have paved the way for us historically, but we don't have a tremendous amount that people really truly know. Historically, yes, we do have some Black LGBT folks that have really done a tremendous job to pave the way and the Stonewall riots and all that sort of thing. But we haven't really heard much in the last few years, you know, in terms of our voice. And I think that was one of the driving forces was, you know, there's so many things that we suffer through in life. And I want to make sure that we don't have to do it in silence anymore. So that pushed me over the edge to kind of finish the book.
I think that's what attracted me to your book. The title is bold, and I was like, wow. I mean, before even reading the book, which I read from front to back in like 2.5 seconds, I almost saw me on the cover.
Yes.
And I said, this needs to be told. This needs to be out and about. People need to hear
Yes.
about this. And so, who knew you can write? You knew you were a writer. I know you can sing.
Right, right.
You never know your friends. You never know. Can you
That's
believe I've
true.
been knowing you for about almost 9 years? I was trying to
God,
count back exactly when
crazy.
and everything. I was a little black gay boy moving into
Right.
San Francisco from the
Yes.
suburbs over here, trying to get my life on, innocent, or I
Right.
thought I was innocent. Um, so I just can't believe how time flies.
It
And
has. It
well,
has.
connected mostly was in our athletic part. You was the
Yes.
volleyball, tennis players. I think you were
Yes.
definitely getting ready for the gay games, and we were getting ready
Yes.
for the games.
Yep.
What was your first gay? Did you actually play the gay games? Any of them?
I did 3 now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I played Chicago, Cleveland, and
Mhm.
recently Paris.
Right. And I remember my very first one was Chicago, and
Yes.
I was always spectator. I've been watching since the Sydney gay games,
Okay.
but I was one of those people like, well, I don't want to do that. I just want to watch.
Right.
And then I got into tennis about 2000, and I watched this little girl in 1999 had little beads in her hair.
Yes.
She came out there, the only black girl with all this audience. I think we were the only black people in the audience at that time.
Right.
And I watched her, Serena Williams, of course. I
Yes.
watched the final of the 1999 U.S. Open with her playing Martina Hingis.
Martina. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and I watched Venus too play Hingis in the semis, which
Yes.
wore out
Yes.
Hingis. So by the time she got to Serena, it's like I gotta go through another black girl.
Where are they
Oh
coming
boy! And I didn't know
from?
anything about tennis. I didn't know scoring, but my ex, he was very involved with tennis, and he was going all to the Grand Slams, and I was just going to being cute and having like
Right.
strawberries and creams at Wimbledon. You couldn't tell me nothing at that time. I was young and cute and everything else.
Right.
And then I saw Venus, and I wanted to be Venus. I got her racket, I got her Reebok outfit. Didn't get the braids, I didn't have the hair,
Yes.
but so that's
That
one thing.
Reebok outfit was a big one because that was her $80 million contract back then. So
Oh,
that
so
was
you
a
know
big
your
one.
history, huh?
Of course.
I wish you go back and get her another spot. I mean, I like 11. It's looking like a
Yes.
12 right now, but
Right. Right.
come on, girl, get back to Reebok or Nike or something like your sister.
Yes.
And speaking of longevity, they're still in the game and they're still rocking it.
Absolutely.
I'm still hoping for Venus.
Miss Venus lives about 25 minutes from my house.
Get out of here.
Yes, in
Did you go
West
knock on the
Palm
door
Beach.
and leave some cookies or anything?
Look, girl, can we talk? Look.
I'm just a little gay black boy. Can we talk? I've been watching you since she was a little black girl.
Right, right.
When you think of Serena's chances, do you think if the U.S. Open goes, you think she would think she can win it?
I think anytime she's in a draw, there's a large chance that she could win that tournament. I am not sure how people have been able to thoroughly train and practice and get match play during this time. I think Venus and Serena may have a little bit of an edge because, they're family, so they can get out on a tennis court and slug it out like it's a match. But how many other athletes, have that ability? So it's going to be interesting the rest of 2020 to see what happens.
Really, in all sports going on right now.
Absolutely,
Are you still playing sports? I know you had a couple of knee surgeries, which I found out in the book and everything. Like you've been having some things going on, huh?
Yes.
How's your knee doing now? Are you still playing sports?
I am. In fact, I actually went for the first time in 4 months and played volleyball last night for a few hours. And of course, with COVID and everything being shut down, people are starting to open up and play a little bit. And I was very, very hesitant and nervous at first. People are definitely doing things with the mask, and you have to have it on at all times, unless you're on the court playing. And I'm not quite sure how I felt about it all. It was a little difficult, got to put it back on. Okay, now we go play, and got to warm up. Now I got to put it back on. So that's our new norm, though, right? That is absolutely going to be how we're going to have to operate for quite some time. So I think it was good to get out and do normal life things again. But I think with everything and how things are, listen, I'm good at the house right now. Let me just sit my behind down still.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Was sports an outlet of what was going on during your life growing up? Let's get back to that book over here.
Yes.
Because,
yes. Because, you
right
and I
here,
could go on
folks.
for sports all day long.
We came here for the book, not sports. We can chat,
Yeah,
chit chat. But I already know about the book. But for those who haven't read the book and who's going to go and get it after this show,
Yes.
what is your book about? Tell us a little bit about the synopsis of your book and what made
Absolutely.
you write it.
The book was completely motivated by homosexuality, the struggle really with homosexuality, family, love, race, and figuring, it's difficult and daunting of a challenge for people to figure out who they are in life and find their voice, find their path. And those were all things that, me, a little boy from, the Midwest,
Uh-huh.
struggle to do. And I think so often in our community, things are swept under the rug and
Mm-hmm.
we don't have conversations openly and freely. And we're not taught to really express how we feel, how we love, and to show those things as well. So, it took me a long time to get to that point where I said, oh my gosh, this is how you give somebody a hug. This is how you
Yeah.
express to someone that you love them and really truly mean it unconditionally. So I
Mm-hmm.
think with all of those things, it was, I need to tell this story. As you said earlier, it's a story that needed to be told. So often we go through these things and we don't know how to share these things with people. We don't know how to talk about them. We don't know how to move past them. And I think it was my time to finally say, okay, here it is. This is the unedited version. It's raw, it's authentic, it's vulnerable. Let me go ahead and put this out there because I think especially right now, so many people can, find strength and courage and be inspired by the words.
What I love the most about the book is towards the ending when you actually wrote the letter to the gay little black boy, which was
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Um, how many of us wanted that letter growing up? And what could we have been if I just had you, if you just wrote that letter to me when I was a 10-year-old trying to self-discover and figure out what I was?
Yes.
Even today, we've come a long ways, but we have a long ways to go.
Yes.
And even today, it's still hard to come out. You don't want that
Absolutely.
rejection from your family. A lot of us come from single-family homes.
Yes.
And if I knew what I knew now, as they always say back then,
Absolutely.
that was one of the pivotal moments of your book, was actually towards the end. And I was just waiting to get to that. And I was like, yes, he did it. He did it. But it's also raw,
Yes.
a warning that you're going to cry a little bit, you're going to laugh, but it's a journey. And I think we all have a journey. We all have a story. I think we all can write this book, kind of a thing.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
you took the moment to write this book, and I'm grateful that you wrote this book because I have nieces and nephews that needs to read this book. I might give them a disclosure and kind of break the synopsis down with them, but it's just a page turner, and I like how it's a short little book, so it's quick, easy read.
Yes.
Are you coming out with the audio portion? Because I want to hear it in your voice too.
Yeah, so I am. It's, there's, with everything going on right now with COVID and things being closed, recording the audio in an actual studio
Uh-huh.
has been a bit of a challenge. So I'm hoping to get that done here within the next few weeks. And once I do, then it'll go up, pretty quickly on Amazon. And then I'll promote, okay, finally the audio version is here too.
Do we have like a part 2 coming up? I want to hear some of the good things that you triumph now. You're a young man
Yeah.
right now. Find out what's going on currently in your life.
Yes, I think it's so funny because so many people have been asking, okay, so when is volume 2? I'm like, I just finished volume 1.
See, that's how good it is, folks. That's how good
Bro,
it is.
like, right, that's very true. That is very,
Mm.
very true. I definitely want to write more and I plan to write more. I really want to obviously make sure that this is promoted extremely well and gets out there. And, I'm doing everything I can. I'm pounding the pavement right now, if you
Do what
will.
you got to do,
That's
hustling.
right. That's right. And then, I would say probably, sometime within a year, start working on that and get that out. It definitely should not take me another 5 years for sure, but I
Mm-hmm.
want to take the time and really, make sure that it is in chronological order, kind of like the book is now, and then take it to like a whole nother level as an adult and, what we deal with as, Black gay men as an adult and go from there.
And I know you have some other talents like singing. I wish I would love to have a sample of it because, you got that nice, is it, I guess not baritone, opera,
Yeah,
actually.
it is. It
You've done a
is.
couple of national anthems at the sporting events.
Yes.
Is that your first love, second love? Because you're really
It
good at that
is.
too.
So I sang in my very first concert at 3 years old. And I still remember it to this day, having no clue what I was doing. I just know I had to memorize this song and sing in front of a bunch of folks. That's all I knew. Singing has, just like sports, volleyball and track and field, because I ran track and field for, 17, 18 years. I ran in college and I played volleyball in college also.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, to this day, volleyball, track, tennis to a degree, but that, you know, wasn't my first love, my first sport. Those are my homes. That's where I feel the most comfortable. And it was definitely an outlet for me growing up. Singing, however, was a whole nother level for me. Like, listen,
Were
you
you at
can
church with the
tell.
boys singing too in the choir and all that too?
I belong. So you know how in African American churches there's a choir for like every group. There's the women's, there's the youth, there's the young people's, there's the children's, there's the men's choir. There was only one choir of our 5 that I was not a part of, and it was the women's choir. Now let's be real, I probably could have been in the part of that too. But yes, I definitely sang every chance that I could get growing up. And in the past couple of years, you know, I had some solo concerts in San Francisco in 2018 and 2019, and it's just been awesome. And now that I'm here in South Florida, right before COVID shut us down, of course, I started performing here on a few nights a week here, and kind of getting my feel of the music scene here. So that's been really cool too.
Will you ever come back and live in San Francisco, or are we in Florida?
You know, good old San Francisco. We now have a love-hate relationship. To me, San Francisco will always be home, regardless of, you know, in spite of all the places that I've lived over the years. San Francisco, that is, to a degree, that's my first love with respects to cities. I would love to move back. San Francisco has changed so much over the years. It's sort of, you know, because of the tech boom and things like that, it's kind of lost its character. That, you know, because I feel as though when we were in the Castro, we could walk down and see hey, okay, I see. You could.
I mean, you were in the Castro. Like,
I was
right there.
I definitely was. It was just like that. You could see anybody and everybody all day, every day, and that was home. That was comfort. And every time I go back, I feel as though it loses. Every time I go, it loses a little sense of that. So
yeah.
I would have to probably go back to San Francisco and fall in love with it all over again. Obviously, as you know, I still have tons and tons of friends there, and still talk all the time and things like that. But it's just changed so much.
I see a book signing in your future in San Francisco once this Rona gets out the way over here.
Yes,
you know.
yes. I would
have it at the Castle Theater over
that.
here.
You right? See my name in lights on the billboard there.
One of the things I've always wondered is, what is a brother like you? How did a brother like you get into Utah?
Oh, God.
Like, I know you went for a job, and I know in the book and everything, but I'm one of those people, naive growing up. I've been in the airline industry, and I've been flying for about 30 years. Little plug for what's up.
Yep.
But I always one of those people thought, there's no black people in North Dakota. There's no black people in Utah. There's no black Mormons. But of course, you proved me wrong. But how did you end up in Utah?
I was a friend with a gentleman in the volleyball world for about 6 years, and then we all of a sudden decided to start dating. And we dated for about 6 to 7 months, and I think the travel back and forth got really, really exhausting. And so we had a long conversation. Who could uproot their lives and go live with the other? And, you know, fortunately, unfortunately, it was me. He was, you know, studying and getting his master's at that time and coaching track and field, actually, and training to be a Winter Olympian. And so after that long conversation, I said, fine, I'll give up my career in San Francisco and I'll move to good old Utah. And honestly, it was a blessing in disguise. My career took off, and obviously, you know, I'm single again. So we didn't last, but we got engaged and we're together for 2.5 years. But my career flourished during that time, and I couldn't be more grateful for that.
Well, that was my next question. Speaking of dating, was there any special someone keeping you warm at night in Florida on sweaty swelters days? Or you just taking care of business? Because there might be somebody out there, you know, might help you write, you know, just might want to plug that in a little bit.
That's very, very true. Yes, I do cuddle up with someone at night. Her name is Zola. That is my daughter.
With pretty eyes.
My dog. She's got beautiful eyes. She's the best cuddler. She does talk back. I'll give her that. But no, I am single, mingling, and dating right now. I am definitely going on, even with COVID and Corona right now, I have been able to, I think it's the best time to date, to be honest, because you can't be out and about and gallivanting all over town and doing all this traveling. So it's sort of forced you to get creative with dates as well as it has.
I'm an old married man, so I'm living through you
That's
single
true.
folks right now. So tell me.
Absolutely true. But it's definitely, I think, allowed us to kind of take a step back and go back to having the phone conversations, which who does that really anymore, right?
Right.
In the land of technology, and then getting on, FaceTime and having phone calls that way and dates that way. So I definitely have been doing some dating during COVID.
One of the things in the book that cracked me up, because I was like, oh my God, like I remember all that, was like the AOL chat rooms, before internet, before
Yes.
Instagram,
Yes.
before cell phones. How did we date? Like, you had to go to a bar and actually meet somebody and buy them a drink.
Yes.
That's where I met my husband. I went into, you remember the old Pendulum in San Francisco?
Yes.
Walked
Absolutely.
in for a beer, came out with a man 16 years
Yeah,
later.
that's the way to do it.
But I was like, no, he did bring up the AOL chat rooms. I was like,
Yes.
that was me. So
yes, absolutely. And gay.com, remember gay.com?
yeah. See, I'm really old. I can go way back where we had the 976 and 1900.
Oh,
and
yes.
you call on the phone.
Yes.
And it's like, hi, I'm Bobby. I'm 22, 34 waist, slim. These kids don't even know about dating back in our day. So
no idea. But you know what's interesting to me, and someone pointed this out to me as I was going through the process of the book over the last couple of months. They said, people like you and just a little older than you guys actually paved the way for the 20-year-olds, right? Like you made things okay in terms of gay dating and gay socializing and being at the bars. Yes, of course, that was already happening. But in the new era of technology and how things are moving quickly, you and your generation really made it okay to kind of step out there and do the things. And now these young kids today, child, taking it to a whole nother level.
I know. And what's even more amazing, they can come out like 15, 16 years old, still have their banging body. We was in the closet when I had my prime. I didn't come out until I was, boo, boo, boo.
Right.
Try to keep it tight. Then it was either you were too young or too old, too black or too white.
Yes.
And even today, I think the Castro is disappearing and being gentrified because it's just not needed anymore.
Yes.
Because we were pioneers, we can walk anywhere and hold hands and be unapologetic about it.
Absolutely.
And I think I see that even more in 2020 when you got the Black Lives Movement, who's always attached on to the LGBT. One of my favorite comedians, Wanda Sykes.
Yeah. Yeah.
She talks about, is it harder to be black or gay?
Mm.
And she was like, well, I never had to go to my parents and say, Mom, Dad, I got something to tell you.
Right.
I'm sitting down. I'm black.
Right. Right.
So yeah, where you walk around the castle now, and it's just, I don't know. I think it's more of a historical area now. Back in my days, people from all over the country, all over the world would come and get safe harbor in San Francisco. And I guess we got what we wanted. We got where we don't have to go there for a hookup, or we don't have to go there and just get a drink. And, we can, there's many ways now that you can date online.
Right. Very true. Very, very true. I think it's interesting to talk to folks like yourself and some of the younger folks, and I kind of hear, all these apps that they're on right now and how things have just gone to this whole other level. And even though, I'm single and I'm out there dating and doing those things too, I'm like, ooh, that's just too much. Can I just do it the old fashioned way?
Can we have that date at 8 o'clock now instead of 11 o'clock? I didn't get ready until 11.
Right. I'm ready to go to bed. Absolutely. That's so funny.
Well, I want to take this time to see if there's anything you want to add to this video. How can people contact you? Again, where can you find your books? What's up and coming?
Yes.
Here's your plug. Here's your moment. Get it out. Let the folks know.
Absolutely. So my website, I have a website, which is just crazy to think that all these things are happening right now. But I have a website. It's terrydyer.org. Super easy to get to. You can obviously check out my bio, check out more press, check out upcoming appearances, things of that nature. And then you can order the book through my website also. Or as you mentioned earlier, people can go to Amazon.com, type in the title, easily it'll come up, and read some of the reviews as well. Someone sent me a text this morning, and yes, it was on Scruff.
Get it where you can, girl. Get it where you can.
Absolutely.
Marketing.
Listen, my website now and the link to the book on Amazon is all over the place.
That's okay, girl. And what I love.
Yeah, absolutely. But this gentleman said he read my profile, clicked on the link, which led him to my website, then went to Amazon, and he said, "Wow, reading your reviews, like I just guess wasn't expecting you to open it up and read that, because you never know. Someone's like, oh, I got a book. I wrote a book, and you're like, okay, let me go check this out, kind of thing. And what am I gonna see, or what's gonna come forth or whatnot?" And he really sent me a nice message, just saying, I can't wait to read it. He said, I just bought the Kindle version. I'm super excited to read this weekend, because it completely made me think about the title alone. And then when I read the description, I said, oh yeah, this is a read for all of us, and not just us, little brown boys, not just us little gay boys. It's a read for everybody to understand what people go through, and how people don't even necessarily know what people are going through at different times of their lives. I had a wonderful conversation. I was actually at the gym, but still having this conversation with a friend from high school. And he messaged me on Facebook Messenger and said, dude, I had no idea. You had on such armor and were so, into everything, and the sports in high school. You was doing it all. He said to me, none of us knew, because you didn't say anything, but you just always were smiling. You were funny. Like, you were just you, and none of us knew what you were actually going through. And he said, thinking back on it, it makes me think about, why don't people ask people, truly how they are doing, and if they need help, and what they're going through, and things like that, and truly mean it. Because I think people tend to say, oh, well, how are you doing? How was your day?
Right.
Do you really want to know how they're doing and how their day is? So I think it's just someone like him, for example, it's forced him to realize, as he said to me, you do have to ask people, and then actually mean it, and listen when they actually open up and tell you how they're doing and how their days are. So the feedback has been really, really wonderful. I highly encourage people, again, to either go to my website or go to Amazon, pick up the book. It is, as you said, it is definitely a page turner. You're gonna laugh, you might cry, get you some Kleenex, but I'm super excited and super thankful that people are interested in the book, because I do think it's a read relatable to everyone.
And definitely, if you're looking to support Black businesses, this is one way to do it right here.
That's right.
Promote it, put it on your social media, get this book out. Let's let this be successful, so the next gay Black boy can write the next chapter in this book. So
that's it.
I want to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, because I know you are busy. You got things, you got a couple more interviews coming up. So I really appreciate you.
Thank you. I am so excited. It's so great to see you doing your thing. Your Instagram gives me life all the time.
Don't be looking at that.
All the time. Like these hotel posts, the couture, I'm like, shit better work.
Well, let me put my plug in. If you want to check out some stuff, I do have a YouTube channel, SkyBobbytv.
Yes.
I have a post coming on tonight at 6 p.m. Awesome. And I talk about, life. I was in New York City all month. Yes, where I did my hotel couture. So definitely check that out. Let me make sure if I have any questions. I was talking, I forgot to look at the questions.
Oh, I know. I think someone said they joined a Black Book Club and they're going to bring the book. Oh, thank you so much.
If anybody has any questions, here's your chance, because we're about to get off, because this brother got to go and move on to the next. But again, thank you so much. I wish you the best success on your book.
Thank you.
And can't wait till we can get together. I'll be in Florida pretty soon.
Yes, you let me know.
You got a swimming pool?
Huh?
You got a swimming pool?
I don't, but I know where they are, though.
Okay. And I'll bring my little two-piece, actually my three-piece, my mask, because Florida got something going on right now.
Right. I done made some connections here, so we definitely can get to a pool.
Well, it's TGIF Friday, so have a great weekend. Here's a toast to you. I don't know if you had a drink, but I'm still drinking my Bellini. Yes, it is 10 o'clock in the morning, but okay, girl. Well, I love you. Thank you very much. Until next time.
Love you too. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye, girl. Bye.